Hi, everybody. I hope you're all doing well today. We're going to be discussing online libraries today, and specifically what they are, and also, of course, how to actually use them. So to start off, what are online libraries? These offer a broad selection of online resources on their platforms, including audiobooks, ebooks, research platforms, movies, magazines, and even articles as well. So you can really listen, read, and watch. It is also known as a digital library, as it is online. And these may stem from public libraries because many of them do offer online content. And additionally, there are individual and private online libraries. So to start off with the public online libraries, almost every public library that exists offers some sort of digital content on their website. And in order to access this content, you will most likely be required to have a library card, just as you would be to take out books in person. So here are the steps of how to actually access the online content of your local library. The first step is to find your local public library online, or actually go to it, and then register for a library card. From there, you will have to log in online on their website, and then you can enjoy ebooks, audiobooks, and even video content on the internet. There are lots of different public libraries in Canada, so this is a great resource slide for when you receive a copy of the presentation. So there's the Toronto Public Library, Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton, Regina, Ottawa, Quebec, Halifax, Newfoundland and Labrador, and also Winnipeg. So there are so many different options, and you can also find even more in your area or at your local public library as well. Now, you might be wondering how to actually find your local library online. So the first step is to open Google, and then you will type into the search bar, specifically type in public library and then the name of your city, and then click on enter. From there, you're going to have to actually gain access to the site and the content on the website. So you will be required to have a library card, and many libraries allow you to register online for a library card. And this is, of course, due to the pandemic, and it's more difficult to go in person to places. So they've put an online system in place. And there are some other libraries that do not have this service, so you will have to go in person. So you will be able to find this out on the site, whether or not you can actually register from your own home, or if you're going to have to go into the physical library. So once you're on the site and you find, here, I'll go back to the previous slide just to show you where the arrow is pointing to. So it's pointing to get a library card. And once you click on that, you will then go into this section of the website. Of course, it might look different if you're on a different website, as there are many different public libraries. But then from there, you click on it and follow the steps. So you want to first fill out your personal information and click on I agree. And then you will have to prove your residence to make sure that you live in the area. And you will most likely have to do this, though some may not make you. But here is a screenshot of an example of the personal information you may need to type in, such as your name, a PIN, email address, phone number, your address, where you live, postal code, etc. There are also some special online library cards. Many public libraries have also developed special online-only digital access library cards. In Toronto, you have to have a 647-416 or 437 area code in order to gain access. And this particular service or particular library card was developed to make library resources more accessible in the light of COVID-19, where many people were staying at home in order to stay safe. So you won't actually be able to take out physical books, but you'll be able to use the site to gain access to the content. And this is a link on the slide if you're living in Toronto and you're interested in this service. Now we will go over how to get access for library cards. If you are able to do so and it's safe for you, you can also visit your local library branch to get a library card in person. There are two things that you must bring with you when you do this, and that's firstly proof of residence, which could be a bill, a bank statement, etc., and also a piece of personal identification, such as a driver's license, a passport, and maybe even a health card as well. Note, your first library card is typically free, but if you lose your card and require a new one, then they will most likely charge you a minimal amount, which is typically around $2. Now we're going to explore the digital content on these sites. So once you have access, you'll be able to listen to audiobooks, you can read ebooks, read magazines or newspapers and articles, watch movies, and even listen to music. So there are so many different types of medias that you can explore and use to entertain yourself or just enjoy yourself as well. And you can also take it a step further, as many public libraries also offer programs that you can participate in. You can see if they have these programs by checking the website of your local library for more information and dates. And there may be less in person programs due to COVID-19, which may be shifting at the moment as the pandemic seems to have more freedom for some people, depending on the city that you live in, with more things opening up. So there may be some online, but there may be some in person. It just depends. But you can also find many resources, articles, and podcasts on the websites. And here are just a few screenshots of some videos that you can watch or live and online programs. For example, Doodle Class with Kevin, or you can watch an interview and learn more about Indigenous topics as well. So there are so many different things that you can do on these sites. Now we're going to speak about public library access in the US in particular. As most public libraries in the United States do work similarly to those in Canada, you want to follow the same basic steps. Firstly, find your local library. Secondly, register for a library card. Next, you will log in, and then you can enjoy the content that is available to you on the site. And again, here are a lot of different links. This is, of course, not all of them, but a great starting place if you're looking into public libraries in your area. And here are a few more as well. And then again, to find your local library, you want to go to google.com, then write in public library and then your city name, or even near me. If you grant Google the ability to see your location while you're making searches, then it'll be able to find a library near you. And then you're going to hit enter. And this screenshot just shows that process of using the search bar and typing in the prompt. Now, there are some other options for online libraries. There are many other providers that have free online content rather than having to register with your public library and get a library card. And many of these are nonprofit organizations with the goal of making books available to everyone, regardless of where they live or who they are. For these, you don't need a library card, and you can access these websites from any electronic device you may have, such as a smartphone, tablet, or a computer. Note, please verify that the website you are using is approved and does not offer any illegal downloads, as you don't want to cause any legal issues. So there are many different free remote online libraries available. For example, ReadPrint, Public Bookshelf, Project Gutenberg, Open Library, the Online Books page, the Literature Network, Classic Bookshelf, Chest of Books, Internet Archive, which also offers free movies, and public literature. And all of these links are conveniently placed on this slide for you. So we're going to go over the program Internet Archive as a little bit of a spotlight and to go into more depth of the program. So it is a nonprofit library which offers millions of free books, movies, software, music, websites, and more. And it is completely free, and you can sign up by going to the link here, which is archive.org. So you might be wondering, what is Open Library? And this is a quote taken directly from the site. And it says, "Our goal is to provide a page on the web for every book ever published. At its heart, Open Library is a catalog. We have well over 20 million edition records online, providing access to 1.7 million scanned versions of books and links to external resources like WorldCat and Amazon when we can." And there are, of course, some benefits of using this platform. Firstly, it's free to borrow the books, and you can read and bookmark any of your books of your choice right in the site's screen or page. There are options to download books if available, and if you want it to be on your computer or tablet, there's the option to use it on the desktop with the Overdrive desktop app, or the Android tablet use option, where you can go to the Adobe Digital Editions app. And then you can also keep a reading log of currently reading, already read, and want to read books. One of the many features of Internet Archive is the real library stacks experience in there too. Here's one view of the stacks. You can also browse based on the subject, lists, K-12 student library, so age groups, random book selection, and advanced search. Ability to adjust your settings for viewing, filtering, and sorting your open library are also available to you. Here are some other resources if you're interested in audiobooks. Firstly, YouTube, where you can find many audiobooks which do not include video. You will need an internet connection and will get interrupted by ads unless you have YouTube Premium. So just be aware of that. There's also Audible, where you can get 2 free audiobooks and 30 days of Prime for free. And this is a site that only allows you to have audiobooks. And then there's also Spotify, which is only audiobooks and no ebooks. And you can find it under the Word and Browse. Now we're going to go into some information regarding listening to audiobooks on YouTube. Firstly, you want to go to the site, which is youtube.com, then search for audiobooks and hit enter. You will find a variety of different stories to listen to, and you can choose from whichever one piques your interest the most. So you can see here in the screenshot, somebody wants to listen to Harry Potter, but there are going to be lots of different options available to you. Now we're going to go over how to access material through Overdrive. This is a company that allows you to have access to audiobooks and ebooks for free. You only need a library card, and the company operates worldwide so you can use it wherever you live. These are the steps for using Overdrive through your browser. If you are accessing through your computer or you want to use your internet browser, then go to this link or enter Overdrive signup into your web browser. For example, Google Chrome or Safari. And then the first link you see should be the right one. And these screenshots show where you would go, so you'd click on sign up using library card, and then you would follow the next step to enter your library's name. Next, you will be asked to enter your library name, and then click name instead of location, as location tends not to work. Then you put in your city or region, and it doesn't matter which branch you click on as long as the library is correct. So if your home branch is Riverdale, you could choose North York because it's also part of the Toronto Public Library. So you don't need to worry so much about the exact location, just make sure it's the correct library. And here the screenshots are showing you where you would type in your area and then you'd choose a library. And then here you would put in your card number and PIN. There's also the option to access these services through an application called Libby. If you want to access your material through your phone or your tablet rather than a computer, you don't have to go through all of the previous steps. You can simply download the Overdrive app, which is called Libby. And you can do so by looking for it on the App Store if you have an Apple device or the Google Play Store for Android devices. And once you've downloaded Libby, click on the app and follow the prompts. And then you can also watch a past webinar that we've done on Libby by Overdrive by clicking on the link below if you want to gain more knowledge. So now we're going to move into a live demo of two of the sites. Starting off, firstly, we are going to go to Internet Archive. And if you go to the main page, this is what you will see when you first go to the site. You will see that, again, it is a nonprofit library of millions of free books, movies, software, music, websites, and more. So you can click on these icons in order to look through the different types of media. You can search in the search bar, or you can go up to the top and click on books. And from there, a little window will pop up at the top of your screen. You can search for books to borrow. You can go to Open Library, and then you can also look through the featured. So they have all books, all texts, this just in, which would mean newer, more popular books, different libraries, and even more. And then you can also look through American libraries, Canadian libraries, etc. as well. So if we wanted to look at all books, then I would click on that. And then we can just browse through using that specific search. And then the other site is called Overdrive, which was also mentioned in the presentation. And if you go to the main page of Overdrive, this is what it looks like. And it says, enjoy ebooks and audiobooks for free. And if you scroll down, you can also see their award-winning reading applications that they offer. For example, Libby, and they also have something called Sora, which is especially for students. But if you go up to the top, the easiest way to browse is by clicking on Browse Collections. And once you do so, you'll be able to see the different genres available, and they say that there's something available for everyone, which is great. And you can basically find a book by clicking on one of these topics. So for example, travel, we can see lots of different books that they recommend, and there are 71,000 page results. So that's a lot of books that they've got to offer us. But if you want to make a more specific search, then you can, of course, just go to the search bar and type in the author or the book if you have something particular in interest. And there's also the option to sign in or sign up, and you can do so by clicking in the top right-hand corner. And you can sign in using a library card, or you can put in your email address and password. So that concludes the live demo for today. We wish you all the best and happy reading. And if you would like to learn this lesson with a Cyber Seniors mentor, please go to our website or call the phone number to register for a one-on-one phone session. And alternatively, we also host weekly tech drop-in sessions from 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern Time every Thursday. And of course, everyone is welcome to come with any questions they may have. And lastly, if you would like to donate to Cyber Seniors, you can go to the website below.